This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Przemasy Wielkie. That is based on Google Translate. This is a Polish map, so I hope I didn't butcher that too terrible bad. This map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub, and this map is available for all platforms. This map is season supported with the Seasons mask, and you can indeed use Seasons and Straw Harvest with this map. I went ahead and checked that out. It says, I made the map a few years ago for FS17 editions, currently converted to version FS19. The map is perfect for large machines, 20 fields from 1 hectare to 35, 5 selling points, 2 loading points, a long train path, forests, huge ready farm in new farmer mode. And I will tell you that if you load this map up in Farm Manager or start from scratch, that everything in the starting farm is blank. Basically, you start with no buildings, no equipment, no land, so a true start from scratch type experience. Now, let's go ahead and load on in. We are loading this map up in new farmer mode, just so that we can see how things are built out that way. And here we are. So this is our career start point. We start inside farmhouse. Check the F1 menu. You'll see that we do have a sleep trigger once we enter the house. Okay, so all we have to do is enter the house to have the sleep trigger. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map. Zoom on out and you will see that all these fields are, for the most part, square. They should be pretty helper friendly. You take a look at the lands area, you see we start out here with the main farm, which includes a lot of animal areas, and one field, field 10 here. Field 10 is $354,000. Main farm is $293,000. So already we're talking about $547,000. So if you start from scratch, you're going to have to take out a loan if you want to buy these two areas. Other areas of notice, we have the BGA, $230,000. Forest here for $831,000. Another forest here for $363,000. And then we have lots of large fields. Our smallest field, 12, is $88,000. And our largest field, field 19, is $2.3 million. We have all of the standard crops available to us on Farm Sim 19. And here we have 5 main sell points. I'll accept most of our crops. You have the spinnery for our cotton and wool. Lots of sell points for eggs and milk. Also have the sawmill for our wood chips. And the barn will accept our hay, grass, silage, and straw. Above and beyond, of course, the BGA if you would own it. Don't start out with too terrible much as far as equipment goes in new farmer mode, but again, we only have one field when we start out. And really, we only have money to buy that other one field at $88,000. Everything is owned by us and is all fairly new, low operating hours. While we do have all of the animal pens at the start, no animals to begin with, and this map does have contracts. Field 20, for example, 39 acres in size, $83,000 for this potato contract. Go ahead and take a look at that starting equipment. We start out with 3 tractors, a Fendt 310 Vario, 5610 Massey Ferguson, and the T5 100 New Holland. Our tractors range in horsepower from 99 to 110 horsepower. The John Deere T560 Harvester with the 625X grain header. We have the TKD 302 trailer, Coon cultivator, and the Amazon D830 seeder. We have a weight And then we have several modded buildings. Now, just initially looking at these, I'm not really sure why they are mods. They just appear to be standard in-game animal pens. Same prices, same animal limits, same food requirements. So I'm not really sure why these are specifically called out as mods. At any rate, we have the large pig enclosure, large sheep pasture, large horse paddock, large chicken coop, large grain silo, have the large double bunker silo, a hayloft to store our grass, or not our grass, but our hay and straw. We have Easy Shed 1, a pair of Easy Sheds, water station, and then our farmhouse. So again, let's go here and take a look. Our large chicken coop, 400 chickens, $40,000, wheat and barley, $40 a day. We have a large chicken coop, 400 chickens, $40 a day, $40,000, wheat and barley. So, like I said, I'm not really sure why these are modded versus just having these built in. Same with the water station. Silo, $180,000. All of our grain crops, $200,000, $180,000. All of our grain crops, so forth. Let's go ahead and take a look at the main farm here. Pretty straightforward. We just have Easy Sheds flanking either side of the farmhouse with our equipment in it. We have our main silo here and the hayloft right next to it. Those are our two dump stations. We have our fill stations on the opposite sides. And then we have our animal pens. Of course, we have our in-game, basically our in-game cow shed. We have our milk trigger, food trough, delivery point. We have our water trough. And I do always activate the animal pen extension mod. One, for the purpose of we can come over here and basically see the number of animals that each pen is going to hold. But also it helps us identify where the water trough is and if it happens to have built-in support for the water trough add-on basically here. The fact that these are stacked here means that it doesn't have support for that, but still you can go in here and basically customize this and move it around if you want. We have the straw trigger, of course, over here on the side. Slurry and manure up ahead. Directly in front of us, we have the pig area and slurry and manure here on the side. Straw here at the corner. Water trough. And then our food trough around the side. And then directly in front of that, we have the buy point for our pigs. Behind that, we have our chicken coop. We have our egg spawn point and our chicken delivery. Chicken buy point, I guess. Can't deliver chickens. And then the food trough over there to the side. And we have the sheep area and the drop off. We have the wool spawn point, food trough, and then the water trough over here. And the final animal area is the horse enclosure, or the horse pasture. Water trough. Have the straw here on the angle. Food trough over here. And then at this little lean-to area, we have the horse drop-off. And if we check our animals, see, pretty much take the normal requirements. They don't have anything special here. Again, I'm not really sure why they are flagged as modded. I think the mod author would be able to save down some even more file space by not having modded copies of it. We have our silage bunkers right here. Alright, so with that, we're going to go ahead and get set up for the fly around. Fly around the map. Then we'll take a little quick ride on the train just to identify where we have sell points that we can use the train for and such. And then we'll do a quick drive around with the Mahindra. Alright guys, so this is going to be take 2 on our flyover. For whatever reason, I did the flyover and recorded it. Well, didn't record it actually. I recorded the rest of the whole map video, and then when I went to edit, I discovered that I was missing this whole flyover bit. So here we go. We're round number 2. So here we have main farm, and then this field here that is unplanted, square field. This is going to be your main or your starting field, field 10. Got a really cool kind of pond area here, or beach area. Lots of interesting little decorative areas scattered around to basically explore and discover on your own. So coming up here to the northwest of the map, we have the train station mill. This is one of the sell points that can serve both trucks, trailers, and trains. Make our way across the northern edge of the map. Have the animal dealer, and then the barn sell point. Here in the woods, right, we have the shop and a lime buy point, bulk lime point. Then all the way over here in the northeast of the map, we have the grain mill. Which I think during the drive around I got this mixed up with the train station mill. So kind of a little interesting forethought look back in time since we're recording this little segment. I think I misnoticed where we were on the map when I said that, because I made a reference to that being the train station mill but not having access to the train. That particular sell point does not have train access. Here we have another cool little water area. Beach. We've got some boats out there. And then right next to that we've got the restaurant. Ravenport Whale Skeleton. Our fuel station. We have our wool or spinnery. The cooking balls of yarn there on the roof. Denote that as the spinnery. Really like these little bridges that the map author has set up to allow the road to go over the train track in select areas. Here we have the grain mill, which is a sell point. And then we have a railroad silo transfer station. This allows us to transfer grain to and from train. Main farm again. Interesting enough, the farm has got this kind of kidney-shaped pond in front of it. Large forested area just south of the farm. I'll come over here to another one of the train transfer silos. Have our sawmill, wood chip sell point, and we have 2 log sell points. Depending on if we're selling them on trailer, train, ranch here, which is also a sell point. Then we have VGA. Again, looks like it's just from Ravenport. Pretty straightforward VGA. We're going to go ahead and fly on over to the shop where I'll meet you. Or should I say I've already been there. And we'll carry on with the rest of the video. Right, so we're making our way up here to the northwest of the map, just to give you a frame of reference. It's a very flat map, not to be confused by the map named Flat Map. So there we just went over a train dump station. That is definitely a train delivery point. Pretty high-speed train. Fields have a little bit of undulation to them, we can see from this angle, but not a lot. Really flat. Coming up here to the railroad silo and also a sell point. These bridges are pretty cool, kind of like those. Spinnery and the restaurant. Our main farm is over there, those woods. Here we have another one of those railroad silos. We have the log sell point. Seems to extend over to the train. We can definitely sell logs from the train should we wish. And now we're about to start going up the west side of the map again. We have the BGA. And then you can see the sell point there, which is where we picked up the train at. We're going to jump to the shop. And then, let's see, buy our Mahindra and do the little drive around. Here we are at the shop. We've got the customize and repair trigger over here. Have a lime silo also here in the shop parking lot. And then it looks like we have a huge spawn area for our equipment. Just on the fact that Mahindra spawned over here in the corner. In fact, we've got a massive area there where we could spawn things in. Do a little bit of a clockwise rotation this time around. But we will jump over here to the animal dealer first. We do have traffic, but they appear to be moving at a snail's pace. Here we have the barn. With all of these bales stacked up here wasn't blue enough. Not a big fan of this ramp area. I don't know why we have to have a ramp to sell bales, but okay. Guess if you're selling loose, maybe. Here you have your animal dealer. Nice, interesting use of buildings there. Animal trigger. Jumping cab. for the ride over to the next area. Kind of get a sense of how the map looks from ground level. Hey, that train crossing was pretty steep. I'm gonna be kind of careful going over that at speed. Here we are coming up to Train Station Mill. Is rather interestingly named because it's not serviced by the train station, by the train. The train doesn't even come up this way. We'll make our way down here to Railroad Silo East and Central Grain Elevator. Yeah, there really isn't a lot making you feel like this is a Polish map, other than the name. Now, I can think that this map could very easily pass as a American map, any type of map, really. That would involve fairly large fields. Here we have the grain elevator. It's going to be the sell point. And then this is going to be the train transfer area. Transfer grain to and from the train. We're going to go by the entrance to the main farm here. Interesting enough, his farm is fronted by a bit of a pond. Head over here to the spinnery and restaurant. Over the railroad tracks on one of these interesting bridges. Spinnery. Fuel station. Restaurant. Interesting. We really don't have a, if we pull into here, really don't have a way around or way out. You have a bit of nice decoration going on here with these water areas. You'll find, we go to another one. Some nice details there. One of the big forested areas here, just to the south of the main farm. Road Silo West. Another one of those train transfer stations. And then we have our sawmill. Have our wood chip trigger. And our log sell point. Looks like we've got 2 log sell points. One here, then one over by the train. Over there. And jump over here to the biogas plant. Of course, this is the standard biogas plant from Ravenport. We have our digester, our digestate fill point here, and then we have our 2 bunkers. Bunker 1 and bunker number 2. Head on over to Train Station Mill, which is again up here in the upper northwest of the map. This is one of the sell points that is serviced by the train. And then there's one final area where I want to go. That is the pond there beside Field 10. The forested area. Just to show you one of that area and kind of the details that have been set up. Pretty slow traffic. Little picnic tables, tents. Come down here to a little beach, cabins. An interesting shipwreck there also. Guys, that is it. That is the map. I'm not going to attempt to try to name this map. Again, it is a tough one for sure. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this map? And until next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.